Good afternoon and welcome to the TVC National Summit. My name is Wade Hinton and I have the honor of serving as the city attorney for my hometown here, Chattanooga, Tennessee. And today I will host or attempt to host this first session. Now before we get started, we have some very important business to take care of. We have the door prize. And we have a, let's see here, a Kindle Fire HD 4G LTE wireless to give away to one lucky winner. Now you have to be present to win, so I'm going to go this bowl here and see who's going to be the lucky winner. Now you have to let me keep it for 2 weeks and then I will hand it to you. Is there a Gary Gilmartin? Is he? Are you? Where is he? Come on up. Come on down. Yeah. Gary, I don't know if you got most popular or most friendly or what. Again, we want to thank our friends at Material and Chemistry Laboratory for providing that, and I guess people are really upset about that, Gary. Over the past year, we have had a new injection, or certainly an injection of new leadership in this community. And with new leadership comes new energy. Whether it's a new CEO at Erlanger or Mayor Andy Burke, and his vision for our city, Chattanooga has been fortunate to have some outstanding leadership on the local, state, and federal level. One of those leaders is our host here today, Chancellor Steve Engel. Thank you, Chancellor, for welcoming us to your beautiful campus. Thank you for sharing your ideas with us earlier today, and we're excited about the partnership that you're forging with the city, the county, and certainly Congressman Fleischman's office, and really pushing to take UTC to yet another level. Is Chancellor Engel here, is he? Let's give Chancellor Engel a round of applause for his hospitality. Hey, Phil. I'm excited to be here today and to welcome each of you, and a special welcome to our out-of-town guests for joining us here in Chattanooga. Just know that you folks are in for a real treat. We have words from Congressman Chuck Fleischman. We have a great and an inspiring story from one of Chattanooga's entrepreneurs, and we have a panel of business leaders that will share with us a different perspective on what makes Chattanooga a great place to live, do business, and become an active participant in the future of our community. Now, to me, it's still sort of surreal that I'm here today. And I'm not talking about the summit. I'm talking about the fact that I'm actually living here in Chattanooga. You see, when I left Chattanooga after high school, like so many others, I never thought I would return. I mean, why would I, right? I mean, you see, I was raised over in the inner city by a single mom. We didn't have much growing up. And early on, though, I realized that education would not only be my guide out of the inner city, but it would be my guide out of the city. I believed at that time that any real opportunity for leading a successful life really awaited me outside of Chattanooga. And if you grew up here in the 70s and 80s, you know what I'm talking about. Walter Cronkite had you've heard the story, Walter Cronkite had just said that Chattanooga was one of the dirtiest cities in America. And there was a mass exodus of manufacturing jobs. Downtown was more like a ghost town, and if you said the big aquarium, folks thought you were talking about the big fish tank at Perry Seafood. So like many of those individuals in my generation, I believed that opportunities seemed to live any other place than Chattanooga. Now looking back, I am so glad, and so are you, that so many others in our community did not subscribe to my dismal outlook on the future of our city. What has now become known as the Chattanooga Way, residents from all over the city, young and old alike, came together with a can-do spirit that changed the landscape as we knew it, and a place that was known as the dirtiest city became the scenic city. And now that same can-do spirit has allowed Chattanooga to become the gig city. As a result, many native Chattanoogans, such as me, who had given up on their hometown are finding themselves right back here, and it's not because we couldn't go elsewhere. We came back by choice. And while work still remains, it is becoming more and more clear that opportunity indeed seems to feel right at home here in Chattanooga. This can-do spirit that has been a catalyst to bring Chattanoogans back has also created an environment that is attracting entrepreneurs, creatives, and businesses alike. We've seen the startup community catch fire with successful programs such as 48-Hour Launch and Gig Tank. We've seen more incubators like the Lamppost Group and venture capital funds like the Jump Fund and the Renaissance Fund support local entrepreneurs. And these entrepreneurs and businesses are not just coming from nearby cities and states, they're coming from all over the world. Chattanooga is becoming a place that global companies are calling home. And for years, I called one of those global companies home. As lead local counsel for Volkswagen Chattanooga, I had the chance to join the company as part of its first 200 employees and was there as I saw it grow to over 2,700 employees, just in a matter of years. And so whether working with local partners to provide Amazon the land it needed to create a distribution center, or working with a team to help construct one of the largest privately owned solar parks in the Southeast, I had a first row seat and was able to witness the impact this company had on Chattanooga, but more importantly, Chattanoogans, simply by investing in community and working with both public and private partners. It was also this experience that of bringing partners together that led me to accept my current role, where my team and I work hard to support Mayor Burke and the City Council. I'm proud to be a part of an administration that is constantly looking for innovative ways of running government in a more efficient and effective manner. Of course, Mayor Burke's top priority is public safety, where he's launched a violence reduction initiative, but he's also very focused on economic development and has looked for alternative ways of creating jobs in the city, but doing so in a responsible manner to the citizens. One of the programs that the mayor is launching is the Small Business Growth Program. This program is for small businesses with less than 100 employees, and if they are able to make a substantial increase to their workforce and sustain that growth for a year or more, the city will provide a $500 cash grant per employee. Another big issue that is raised in this year's budget is the city's desire to link public transportation to Enterprise South. There's no doubt that it's important for Chattanooga to continue to create jobs, but it's just as important to this mayor and the council for us to ensure that we link our neighborhoods to the largest job centers. You have to know, for a corporate attorney, transitioning to government had a slight adjustment period. But I truly embraced this role that allows me to take on the challenge of compiling those lessons learned in business and apply them to a government in a real and impactful way. To look for new ways of bringing an entrepreneurial spirit and ideas to a regulated environment that will benefit not only the city, but government organization as a whole. And ultimately, it will benefit our citizens. You know, I look around this room and I see some familiar faces, and I know that many of you take on challenges like this every day. And so today will be no different, because I'm going to give you a challenge. As you experience this summit, I challenge each of you to take on and adopt that can-do spirit. Instead of just catching up with old friends, except for Gary here, look for new opportunities to connect, create new relationships, learn what other communities and companies are doing, explore potential opportunities and collaborations with private and the public sector. My hope is that this can-do spirit and culture of collaboration will be felt long after this summit wraps up tomorrow.